Hello, passionate Celtic FC fans. This is Celtic Central News, your exclusive source for Celtic updates. Before we kick off, we appreciate the incredible support. If you love Celtic, subscribe now, hit like, and let's build this community together. Now, onto the latest news. A warm welcome to new subscribers. Your support is crucial. Hail, hail. A storm is brewing in Glasgow, and it's not just the typical Scottish drizzle over Ibrox. The city's football scene, already a cauldron of emotion, has erupted once again after Rangers manager Russell Martin allegedly let loose a barrage of comments aimed squarely at Celtic's passionate supporters. The word around the terraces and the pubs is that Martin, speaking off record after a post-match presser, referred to Celtics fans as entitled dreamers who live off the shadows of the past. You can imagine the outrage. In a city where football loyalty runs deeper than family ties, that kind of talk spreads like wildfire. Within hours, social media was ablaze. Clips were circulating, and fans were calling for apologies or retaliation. Rangers fans, of course, were divided. Some loved the audacity, claiming their boss simply said what many think but never dare to say, while others feared it could stoke an already dangerous fire. Because in Glasgow, this isn't just about football, it's about pride, heritage, and identity. And when someone pokes that Celtic lion, it always roars back louder than before. The tension has been building all season, with Martin trying to assert his authority in a dressing room filled with both young talents and hardened veterans. He's a man known for his calm demeanor on the touchline, but those close to him say there's another side, competitive, sharp, and utterly unafraid of confrontation. And when it comes to the old firm rivalry, it seems he's decided that playing nice simply doesn't work. This isn't his first clash with Celtic either. Earlier this year, he raised eyebrows when he described their possession-based football as pretty but predictable, a comment that didn't go down well in the green half of the city. So, for him to now target the fans directly? That's a line even the most outspoken managers usually avoid. Yet, if we're honest, that's exactly what keeps Scottish football so intoxicating. The raw honesty, the fire, and the sense that every word could spark something seismic. The alleged outburst took place after a heated derby weekend, where Rangers narrowly escaped with a 2-2 draw at Parkhead. Celtic had dominated most of the match, with chants echoing from the stands like thunder. When Rangers clawed back a late equalizer, Martin's reaction on the sideline was caught on camera: clenched fists, a scream of defiance, a glare toward the Celtic end. That glare, fans say, told the whole story. Later that evening, reports surfaced that he'd made cutting remarks in a private setting, mocking the fans for singing like champions but celebrating like runners-up. Whether those words were said or twisted by gossip, the effect was immediate. Celtic supporters took to X and TikTok to call him out, posting montage videos with captions like, "Mind the gap, Russell, and you'll never understand Glasgow." It became the weekend's top trend in Scotland, eclipsing even the match itself. As the story unfolded, the press descended on Rangers' training ground, hoping for a statement. But Martin was having none of it. "I'm focused on football," he told one reporter, brushing past the question with a faint smile. Yet that half-smile, that flicker of confidence, only fueled the narrative further. Fans and pundits alike began speculating whether he'd done it deliberately, to rile up Celtic before the next encounter. After all, psychology plays a massive part in this rivalry. Every gesture, every quote, every song chanted from the terraces can shift momentum. Some say Martin's comments, if true, are part of a master plan to draw attention away from Rangers' defensive flaws and turn the spotlight squarely on himself. It's a bold move, and in Glasgow, boldness often borders on madness. But then again, this is Russell Martin, a man who's never been afraid to walk that fine line. Behind the scenes, whispers suggest that even the Rangers board wasn't entirely comfortable with the way things have spiraled. Sponsors, always sensitive to controversy, have reportedly asked for internal clarity on the matter. Publicly, though, they're standing by their manager, framing the story as media exaggeration. The club's PR team has been working overtime, releasing footage of Martin smiling with players, visiting community events, and chatting warmly with fans. But let's be real, no amount of charm can erase the intensity of old firm politics. Once a shot's been fired, there's no going back. In pubs from Govan to Partick, the debate rages on. Was Martin right to show passion, or has he crossed the sacred line? It's become the kind of topic that divides families at dinner tables and makes headlines that refuse to fade. For Celtic supporters, this isn't just about words, it's about respect. Many feel insulted that an English-born manager, representing Scotland internationally, but never fully part of Glasgow's football fabric, would take such liberties. The irony isn't lost on them. Martin, who once wore the dark blue of Scotland, now finds himself alienating half the country he claimed to represent. Still, those who know him personally insist there's no malice, only emotion. He's competitive to the core, says a former teammate. When he speaks, it's never to offend, it's to challenge. Whether that challenge now ignites the fiercest old firm battle in years remains to be seen. But one thing's certain. In the world of Scottish football, silence is rare and controversy sells. And right now, Russell Martin has just written himself into the script of another Glasgow epic. Now, let's be clear. Nobody can confirm exactly what Russell Martin said behind those closed doors, and that's precisely what makes this whole saga so tantalizing. It's the mystery, the whisper, the idea that somewhere, in a dimly lit back room, words were exchanged that no microphone caught. And that's the essence of football rumors in Scotland, isn't it? We live off the murmur, the "did you hear what he said?" moment that keeps the city alive. Some fans swear they have sources inside Ibrox who confirm the insult. Others dismiss it as a Celtic fan fabrication designed to disrupt Rangers' focus before the next fixture. Either way, the damage, or the magic, depending on where you stand, is done. Suddenly, ticket sales for the next derby have skyrocketed, TV pundits can't stop debating it, and fan channels are dissecting every syllable as if decoding a prophecy. It's theater, and Glasgow is the grandest stage of all. Rangers supporters have begun to rally behind their boss, painting him as a fearless leader who isn't afraid to speak truth to power. They argue that the Celtic faithful have long dished out their share of taunts, and that Martin's alleged comments are nothing more than fair play in the war of words. He's got the fire, one fan told a local radio show. It's about time we had a manager who understands what this rivalry means. The passion in their voices is unmistakable, because for them, Martin's bravado is a reflection of the club's fighting spirit. Across the divide, however, Celtic fans are taking a very different stance. They see arrogance, disrespect, and a man out of touch with the weight of the badge he wears. You can't insult half of Glasgow and think it'll fade away. Another caller snapped during a heated phone-in. The emotion is real, and it's raw. Meanwhile, Celtic's dressing room hasn't stayed silent either. Several players, when asked about the alleged remarks, hinted at using them as motivation for the next clash. "We'll let our football do the talking," one said, his smirk saying more than words ever could. Behind that confidence lies something deeper, an understanding that this rivalry is as much psychological as it is tactical. For decades, Old Firm derbies have been shaped not just by goals, but by the narratives leading up to them. Managers know it, players know it, fans feel it in their bones. Martin, intentionally or not, has thrown a log into that fire. The next match will now carry an intensity beyond the norm. It'll be about pride, revenge, and the unspoken urge to silence the other side. And in Scotland, where pride is currency, nobody spends it lightly. Pundits across the UK have begun weighing in, and opinions couldn't be more divided. Some applaud Martin's passion, calling it a reminder of what makes Scottish football so special. Others criticize it as unprofessional and reckless, warning that one verbal spark can light a dangerous flame in an already volatile rivalry. Former players have joined the fray too, with ex-Celtic men suggesting Martin doesn't understand the soul of the game, while old Rangers legends defend him fiercely, claiming that a bit of fight never hurt anyone. It's classic Glasgow chaos, two sides, one city, and 1,000 opinions colliding in the air. Even neutral fans down south are tuning in, fascinated by how a few words could shake the Scottish Premiership's foundations. And honestly, that's the beauty of it. Football in Scotland isn't about calm. It's about the noise that refuses to die down. But perhaps, deep down, Martin knows exactly what he's doing. He's not naive. He's played the game, felt the pressure, and studied the psychology of rivalry. By becoming the story himself, he shielded his players from scrutiny, redirecting all attention to his persona. It's a classic tactic, one that great managers have used for decades. Whether deliberate or instinctive, it's working. Rangers' dressing room feels united, their training sessions charged with energy. "He's got everyone fired up," said an insider. "It's us against the world, and that's exactly how he wants it." And maybe that's what separates good managers from great ones, the ability to turn controversy into momentum. Still, one can't ignore the thin line he walks. Because in Glasgow, one wrong word can follow you for years, echoing louder than any trophy celebration. As the days roll on, anticipation builds. Every newspaper headline, every pundit's quip, every fan comment adds another layer to the tension. The next Old Firm derby isn't just a football match anymore, it's personal. Cameras will zoom in on Martin's face, searching for a flicker of reaction, while Celtic Park or Ibrox, whichever hosts first, will roar with the fury of 1,000 stories intertwined. It's theater, war, and worship all at once. And when that first whistle blows, all the rumors, insults, and speculation will fade into the raw, visceral reality of 90 minutes that define a city. Whether Martin emerges as a genius provocateur or a reckless villain, only time will tell. But for now, the streets hum with one truth. Glasgow lives for this kind of drama, and Russell Martin has just given it exactly what it craves. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. The days following the storm have only deepened the intrigue. Everywhere you go, from the chip shops of Govan to the bars of Sachi Hall Street, the talk is all about Russell Martin. Some say he's crossed a sacred boundary. Others claim he's simply woken up a rivalry that had gone a bit too quiet. The media circus hasn't let up either. Every photo of him at training, every slight gesture, is being dissected for meaning. Did that smirk during the warm-up mean he's doubling down? Was his handshake with the assistant coach a silent apology? It's madness, but it's pure Scottish football madness, the kind that makes the world tune in just to see what will happen next. And maybe that's why it works. In a sport where everything's becoming polished and corporate, Martin's raw, unfiltered edge feels almost nostalgic. It's messy, yes, but it's real. Yet beneath all the noise, there's a question that nobody seems to be asking out loud. What if Russell Martin's comments weren't meant as insults at all? What if they were twisted, stretched by the echo chamber of football fandom? In Glasgow, context often dies before it even hits the airwaves. One phrase, one offhand comment, can mutate into legend within hours. Maybe he was joking. Maybe it was banter taken out of proportion, or maybe he said nothing at all. Still, perception becomes truth in the world of the Old Firm. Celtic fans feel disrespected, Rangers fans feel defiant, and Martin, knowingly or not, has become the symbol of that tension. It's like a play where everyone's forgotten the script, but the performance must go on. In that chaos, reputations are forged and broken. And so, as the next derby approaches, you can sense it in the air, something electric, almost cinematic. Glasgow is alive again, buzzing with the fever that only football can create. The banners are being painted, the chants are being rehearsed, and both sets of supporters are ready to turn 90 minutes into a battle for pride. Somewhere in the middle of it all stands Russell Martin, stoic, confident, maybe even a little amused by the whirlwind around him. He knows every word, every glare, every sound of the crowd will be magnified 100-fold. But that's the price of being part of history. Whatever happens next, one thing is certain. His name will be remembered, for better or worse, as the man who threw a spark into the powder keg of Scottish football and reminded everyone that, in Glasgow, football isn't just a game, it's a way of life. Hello, fan. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.